Hello chicos, today we're going to do lesson 9, which is a review on geometry. So we have a review on points, lines, rays, and line segments, angles, and perimeter. So remember here a few definitions that it's good for you to remember what they are. Remember that a point has no width or size, it's just a location. And usually what we do is we call it with a capital letter and a point, so we call it point A. Then we have a line. Line is infinite points aligned. A line is infinite, so it has no beginning or end. But we usually put a point to give it a name. So if we have to use the symbols, we put AB with a symbol of a line. Now, a ray is half of a line. What does that mean? That it has a beginning, but it has no end. And the way that we usually put it is we put the same A, B. Let's say this is A and this is B. And we use the symbol of a ray. Now, a segment of a line, or a line segment, is just a portion of a line. So it's just if we use this part. So the way to put the name for that is just AB with a symbol for line segment. In example 9.1, they give us two segments, AB equals 3 and AC equals 7, and we need to find BC. Now, if we put the information here on our drawing, we see that that's 3 and that is AC, that is 7. So we need to find BC. Since we have a whole and we have a part, we have to subtract to find x. So 7 minus 3 equals 4. The next part is about angles. Remember that angles are two rays that are connected by a common vertex. So we just learned that two rays have a starting point but no ending point. And then if they share a common beginning point or vertex, then they form an angle. Remember that an angle is not a measurement of distance, but is more the measurement of an opening. So in this case, we're going to see the different angles you've learned in the past, which is right angle is whenever the angle is 90-degree angle, and it looks like that. It's like an L. Then we have the acute angle, which is less than 90, obtuse angle, which is more than 90 but less than 180, and a straight angle, which is 180. Notice that a straight angle is like a line, but it has a point where we show the vertex, but it really is just a line. And that is 180. So we can say that a line is 180 degrees. The next section is perimeter. And remember that perimeter is just the name that we give to the sum of the length of all the sides. So in this case, notice that we have this shape that is like an L shape. And what we're going to do is we're going to add all of these sides. We have them all, so we can just add them. So what I would recommend is that you start in one point. Let's say we start in 10, and then you go clockwise so that you don't leave any of the numbers behind. If we add all of those together, the answer is 64. Let's say the unit is meters. Now, I do want to show you an even easier way to do this. If I were to draw this line here, and then this line here, the horizontal line here, what I create is a rectangle. So I can easily also just say that the perimeter of this shape is 15 plus 15 and 17 plus 17. Because we see that 8 plus 7 is 15 and 7 plus 10 is 17. So we know that these two numbers are going to be added twice. So 15 plus 15 and 17 plus 17, which is also 64 meters. In example 9.3, they give us this shape. Now this is not an L shape. This is more like a U shape. And in this shape, we are missing some sides. We don't know this measurement and we don't know this measurement. So that's the first thing we have to see. We have to see what we're missing so that we can make sure we add them and not forget them. So we have that 6 because this is the same as this. And then the other one, the x, we have to do, again, either add 14 two times, ignoring the 4 and the 2, Or if we want to put the 4 and the 2, then we subtract, to find the x, we subtract 14 minus 4 minus 2, which in this case is 8. So x equals 8. So I start adding on the 8 and I go clockwise, writing all of the different lengths that we have in this figure. Now, another thing I do recommend is that you count how many numbers you wrote and how many sides you have. So if you count, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides, and then we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers, which is good so that we are sure we're not leaving anything behind. And if we add these, then the answer is 46 meters. And that's it, chicos. So do your practice, and I hope you do very well. If you have any questions, let me know.